Learn English with simple stories. After listening, I will explain new words and give you questions to check your understanding. So, let's begin. Listen carefully. The girl who wore a silver mask. Long ago, in a small village nestled between hills, lived a young girl named Melody. Her voice was like a sweet bird singing in the morning sun. However, there was one issue. Melody did not possess the delicate beauty like others. Melody used to have people came to listen to her voice. But once they saw her face, their smiles faded and they left quickly. After many disappointments, a deep sense of loneliness began to grow inside her. Luckily, she still had her supporter, who was Amr, her childhood friend. He often came to hear her sing and would say, "Melody, your voice is a gift from the divine. You should be proud of yourself." Melody smiled weakly, grateful, but the emptiness still lingered in her heart. One day, Melody decided to sing in front of the entire village. She wanted to show them her talent. She wanted people to finally notice her. With her heart full of courage, she stood on the small stage. She sang a beautiful song that made the birds stop to listen. But as she sang, she noticed something strange. People started to leave the performance. They walked past her, chatting, laughing, and not even pausing. Her voice echoed in the air, but it was lost in the noise. Melody stopped her performance, feeling the weight of her sadness. She quickly ran off the stage, tears falling down her cheeks. From the audience, Amr rushed toward her. He gently placed a hand on her shoulder. "Melody, don't be upset. You were truly amazing. I just need to be alone for a moment," she whispered, her voice trembling. Amr, hurt but understanding, nodded silently. He reached into his bag and pulled out a small bouquet of flowers. "These are for you," he said quietly, handing them to her. Melody sadly placed the bouquet into her bag without saying a word. As Melody was packing up, a soft voice called out to her. "Your singing is beautiful." Touched by the compliment, she couldn't help but speak. "Really, thank you. May I know your name?" The man smiled kindly, but he ignored her question. "You have an amazing voice, but that is not enough for the world, yes?" Melody looked at him, feeling the sting of his words. He then pulled out a shiny silver mask from his cloak. "With this mask, you will be admired and cherished," the man said softly. "Why do you want to help me?" Melody asked, her voice curious. The man's eyes softened and he replied, "Because I want those who truly deserve it to feel real happiness." A few days later, Melody organized a second performance, and this time, it was a huge success. The mask enhanced her appearance, making her more captivating in the eyes of the audience. The audience clapped wildly, showering her with flowers. Everyone praised her, their eyes filled with admiration. However, amidst the cheers, Melody began to realize something. As she sang, no one seemed to actually notice her voice. However, caught up in the thrill of success and the invitations to perform, Melody traveled to different villages, performing wherever she was invited. The cheers echoed through the air, and flowers were always handed to her. The bouquets are more fragrant and more beautiful than what Emmer had for her. But Melody was not a fool. It took her little time to realize that this is not what she wished for. And on that fateful day, Melody decided to end the illusion she had been living in. That day, Melody received an invitation to perform at a grand theater hosted by a noble. For the first time, she felt the weight of her own reflection in the mirror. Do I need this mask to be loved? Do I need it to be heard? With a deep breath, Melody made the choice. She lifted the mask and set it aside. The moment her real face was exposed, the crowd fell into a tense silence. People around her stared with unfamiliar eyes, their expressions cold and distant. Her heart sank, but she refused to stop. Melody started to sing, her voice soaring through the sky. The air seemed to hold still, as if the world itself paused to hear her. Some people stood up and left, some people laughed at her. But Melody didn't stop, she sang with all her heart, letting the music flow freely. As she sang, she noticed the people who remained. A few clapped softly, others whispered to each other, praising her talent. This was it, this was what she had been longing for. The audience might have been small, but they were real. They heard her, truly heard her, not because of her beauty, but because of her voice. When the final note rang out, the few who stayed stood and applauded. Their applause was quieter than the roaring crowds from before, and there were fewer flowers thrown her way. But Melody felt no disappointment. This was true appreciation that she has been longing for. This was the feeling of being herself, of showing her talents proudly without the need for a mask. And then, through the crowd, she saw him, Emmer. He was still there, standing at the back, his eyes full of love and admiration. As Melody looked at Emmer, she remembered the words of the mysterious man who had given her the mask. Because I want those who truly deserve it to feel real happiness. She realized then that it wasn't the mask that had given her happiness, but the spirit to remove it. It is not the outward appearance that defines our worth, but the courage to embrace our true selves. Let me explain some new words from these stories. Nestle. Nestle. Delicate. Delicate. Loneliness. Loneliness. Supporter. Supporter. Admire. Admire. Courage. Courage. Echo. Echo. Sadden. satin, bouquet, bouquet, compliment, compliment, tremble, tremble, shiny, shiny, cherish, cherish, admire, admire, captivate, captivate, fragrant, fragrant, fool, fool, illusion, illusion, reflection, reflection, tense, tense, sore, sore, whisper, whisper, appreciation, appreciation, long, long. Lastly, let's answer the following questions. Question 1. Why did Melody feel lonely despite her talent? Answer. She did not have beauty. People admired her voice but left when they saw her face. Question 2. Why did the mysterious man give Melody the mask? Answer. To help her be admired and cherished. Question 3. How did the mask change people's view of Melody? Answer. It made her more captivating and admired. Question 4. What made Melody unhappy with her success? Answer. People admired her appearance, not her voice. Question 5. What was Melody's decision at the Nobles' party? Answer. She removed the mask and showed her true self. Question 6. How did the remaining people react? Answer. Many people left, but some still stayed. They clapped softly and appreciated her talent. Question 7. What lesson can we learn from Melody's story? Answer. True happiness comes from being authentic and embracing our true selves. Today's story is very meaningful, right? Do you like listening to short stories? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Now, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment on what you would like to learn next. See you next time. Goodbye.